A new development in the case of Brianna Williams, the mother of 5-year-old Taylor Williams, whose remains were found in rural Alabama. The Navy petty officer appeared in court this morning, pleading not guilty to charges of child neglect and lying to police.
What's going on?
I do not know where my daughter is.
Did she run away?
No,
Where was she last seen?
she was here with me.
I'm like, wait, she had a kid? I'm like, what?
Paul Fenn worked with Brianna Williams at NAS Jax for 2 years. Never once, he says, did she mention she had a daughter.
Ms. Williams has been arrested for the felonies of child neglect as well as making false statements during this investigation.
It all began when 27-year-old Brianna Williams placed a frantic 911 call on the morning of November 6, 2019, and what followed after that call was a sequence of events that would shock and anger even the most seasoned of investigators. Brianna and her daughter Taylor had recently moved into a new house. However, this sudden relocation did raise some eyebrows when it was revealed that Brianna had been somehow paying rent for 2 properties since June. And neighbors of both of these homes have plenty to say about the mother-daughter pair. This is the disturbing story of the disappearance of Taylor Williams and the shocking events that followed. What secrets lay buried beneath the surface of a seemingly ordinary little family? How did a search for a missing child unravel into a tale of horror and betrayal? And did they find Taylor? Before we dive in, let's raise awareness of the tragic tale of Taylor Williams by making sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel to see more stories like hers. Taylor Williams was the daughter of Brianna Williams and Maurice Tate. Maurice had a football legacy being a star linebacker during his time with the Alabama State Hornets and was a passionate sportsman. Brianna, on the other hand, excelled academically and graduated from Alabama A&M with a degree in mechanical engineering, and her path led to enlisting in the United States Navy. Behind the facade of the happy smiles in Brianna and Maurice's photos, the couple was far from perfect and had several doubts regarding their relationship. Despite their uncertainties, the couple welcomed baby Taylor in 2014, believing that their little angel would solve all of their relationship trouble. Brianna's naval service took her to Norfolk, Virginia in 2015, before Taylor had even turned a year old. By April 2018, they were moving to Jacksonville. Brianna was now to report to Naval Air Station Jacksonville. Maurice Tate decided to remain in Alabama, working as a truck driver, and when later asked, said he rarely his daughter. Brianna and Taylor moved into the Southside Villas apartment complex in Jacksonville, which provided some stability outside of the naval base. But it was their unexpected move shortly thereafter to a new apartment on Ivy Road in Jacksonville's Brentwood neighborhood that laid the stage for the events that followed in November 2019. It was here, just days after the move, that Brianna's desperate call to the authorities on November 6th at 7:20 a.m. marked every parent's worst nightmare. Her child was missing.
What's going on?
I do not know where my daughter is.
Did she run away?
No,
Where was she last seen?
she was here with me.
And then as fast as it came.
Upon police arrival, Brianna's demeanor was somewhat alarming. Although she was visibly upset at first, her attention would then later be absorbed by her phone, seemingly oblivious to the gravity of her situation. But the officers wasted no time and dove into the investigation.
Hey, I don't know. Okay. Hey, tell what's happening.
I woke up this morning and started getting
John, 27, you can cancel that.
She wasn't in the room.
Okay. Have you had any problems with anybody? Okay. Anything unusual? Okay. All right.
How tall is she?
What do you figure, 3 foot? 3 foot, I guess.
Inside the new residence, traces of Taylor's existence were scarce. A bed, slippers, and a half-opened box of crackers, without the typical traces of a child's presence. Suspicion intensified when reddish-brown stains were discovered, triggering concerns of potential foul play. As investigators combed through the property, their focus shifted to Brianna's vehicle, the space where the truth lay concealed. Amongst the clutter, a pink unicorn caught their attention, but it was the tidiness of the trunk, paired with the strong scent of cleaning solutions, compared to the disorderliness of the interior that rang alarm bells.
Charlie 160, 684.
I'm calling now, sorry. Can I check the house?
Determined, law enforcement initiated a widespread search, spanning neighborhoods and deploying every available resource, from K-9 units to aerial reconnaissance. Yet, Taylor was nowhere to be found. Now, Brianna's actions and calm demeanor, despite all this chaos, were concerning, to say the least. Her demeanor remained at a constant near flatline when detectives arrived to speak with her, giving the appearance of a mother lackadaisical over the seriousness of her daughter's absence.
And I'm on my way, but you tear that house apart.
Temple. I got you.
Alright?
Alright.
I'll be there shortly.
Temple.
The investigation took an intense turn, scrutinized by a team of seasoned professionals, each bringing their expertise to unravel the mystery surrounding Taylor's disappearance. But during the forensic analysis and psychological profiling, one question remained: where was Taylor? As the investigation continued, a resident near Brianna's new home emerged with intriguing information, which provided another lead for officers.
He left out of here about 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. And right when they started putting up the tape and all.
Yeah, that's the blackmail?
Yep. He's in his about 20s or 30s, maybe late. He's been living here by himself, and this place is a mess.
Blackmail 20-ish.
Probably about 28. But yeah, this place is a mess.
Meanwhile, Brianna's story unfolded with a strange lack of emotion, her voice showing no hint of the anguish one would expect from a mother in such circumstances. Brianna recounted Taylor's bedtime routine, claiming the 5-year-old child had tucked herself in at midnight, a statement which was met with skepticism by investigators, given Taylor's age and the late hour. But it was Brianna's claim of an uneventful search and the discovery of all doors still securely locked that caused suspicion, especially given her earlier statement of arming herself before exploring the residence, due to hearing suspicious dragging noises upstairs while their residence was only one story. In another instance, she claimed that she'd found her back door open. This puzzling contradiction did not go unnoticed by both law enforcement officers and residents in the area.
Okay. Did you hear any noise coming from her room or anything like that?
Not from her room, but there were like, I can't even explain it. Like there were like when you're dragging something or you moving something, but it was coming from upstairs. And either way, like I'll just grab my gun and, walk around to make sure, okay, there's nobody in here.
Coming from upstairs of the house that you're in?
And there are no stairs. That's the part that I didn't understand, but it definitely sounded like it was coming from the roof.
Okay.
Did you wake up hearing this noise?
Yes. Like the little, whatever noise it was, it sounded like it changes. Like sometimes I can hear like near where I sleep. Sometimes it's like back towards the kitchen area.
Okay. And it sounded like dragging noise?
Yes, it's like somebody's moving something or walking.
So you said you grabbed your gun. So you have a gun?
I grabbed my gun and then...
Did you check the house?
Yes, I walk around the open spaces that I know, people can come in through. And I didn't see anything.
Did you go outside and check?
I didn't go outside.
Okay, so you just checked around the house?
Yeah.
Did you go in your daughter's room at that time and look in?
No.
Okay.
Despite the mounting doubts, the conversation went into unexpected territory with the mention of Mr. Bear, a potential lead in the search for Taylor. Brianna claimed that Taylor always had Mr. Bear by her side. Yet, as the pieces of the puzzle failed to join together again and again, the gravity of the situation intensified, signaling to authorities that something was definitely wrong.
What do you think happened this morning?
I don't know.
Where do you think she's at?
I have no clue, because she wouldn't leave. And I don't even know, like, did they find Mr. Bear? Because she wouldn't go anywhere without that thing.
As inquiries began to dive into Taylor's daycare attendance and speech therapy history, disturbing patterns began to surface, continually casting doubt on the validity of Brianna's statements. The administration office of the daycare revealed that Taylor's last attendance was on April 27th, after which she was officially withdrawn. Additionally, they disclosed that Taylor had been receiving speech therapy, but she stopped attending after 2 consecutive missed appointments. During the forensic analysis of Brianna's phone, police discovered communications between her and a woman she had hired from Craigslist to watch Taylor. Upon questioning the woman, she revealed that Brianna had texted her that morning to cancel her services, stating they were no longer required. This finding was just one of many inconsistencies uncovered in Brianna's narrative by the police. But it was the chilling words of Taylor's grandmother, Carissa Williams, Brianna's mother, that sent shockwaves through the investigators. Carissa's responses to law enforcement sparked an intensified investigation into Brianna's relationships and behaviors. With each new finding, the web of deception surrounding Taylor's disappearance grew more dense, leaving authorities grappling with the unsettling truth lurking beneath the surface. As they filtered through the fragments of Brianna's story, one question remained large. What dark secrets lay buried beneath the facade of this grieving mother's tale? As tension mounted, Carissa Williams insisted that she hadn't seen her daughter or granddaughter on Halloween, even though, according to Brianna, Taylor spent the month of October with her grandparents and was picking her up from Carissa, making the drive from Alabama to Jacksonville between October 31st to November 3rd, just 3 days before Brianna reported her missing. Worse still, Carissa said that she hadn't seen Taylor since January of the previous year. Determined in their pursuit of truth, police examined the GPS data from Brianna's car, hoping to piece together her movements. Disturbingly, Taylor's absence seemed to stretch back much further than initially thought. Carissa's claims of not seeing her granddaughter for nearly 2 years and spotty childcare records painted a grim picture, raising disturbing questions about the last time anyone other than Brianna had laid eyes on Taylor. Still, the forensic analysis of Brianna's phone held more than the investigators bargained for. A troubling revelation surfaced from a text exchange exposing disturbing allegations made by Brianna about Taylor's behavior. According to Brianna, Taylor had become difficult, stealing food and behaving poorly. As tensions escalated, Carissa got Wayne Williams, Brianna's father, on the phone with the police in a desperate attempt to uncover the truth.
I don't understand why she would even lie and say that she was picked up from me. Man, she lied on me. I never been in trouble a day in my life.
She is lying. She's trying to cover up something. Not sure what it is. She is lying.
You have no idea what she's trying to cover up, though.
I have no idea what she's trying to cover up. That's the one thing I don't know.
As detectives grappled with the grim situation before them, a multi-agency effort expanded the search, drawing authorities from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department, the Alabama Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and NCIS. As these investigators pursued leads, doubts swirled around Brianna's account of the events that led to Taylor's disappearance. Meanwhile, unaware of the sinister truths awaiting within Brianna's apartment at Southside Villas, police searched the neighborhood for clues. Shockingly, neighbors recalled a few sightings of a little girl, with one man recounting a troubling encounter with Taylor wandering alone, seemingly familiar with her situation, stating that she was looking for her mom. The movers Brianna hired in October of 2019 had no memory of seeing a child with her throughout the process of moving, casting further doubt on Taylor's recent presence in either of Brianna's residences. But as evidence mounted, Brianna's actions spoke volumes. Surveillance cameras in the area revealed her disposal of Taylor's belongings just days after her reported disappearance. Along with a grim discovery in Brianna's apartment, a closet reeking of decay and littered with disturbing reddish-brown stains sent shockwaves through the investigation. As police collected evidence, the pieces of the puzzle slowly fell into place. DNA swabs and canine alerts in Brianna's car and apartment pointed to the presence of human remains, while soon-to-be identified residues and broken fingernails hinted at a sinister cover-up. The once hopeful search for a missing child had now fully transformed into a grim investigation of a tragic end. Carissa and Wayne Williams' worst fears about their granddaughter were realized as the truth emerged, shattering the facade of hope that had sustained them. The search for answers in the tragic case of Brianna Williams and her daughter Taylor came to a conclusion on November 12, 2019. Investigators discovered Taylor's remains approximately 4 miles outside of Demopolis, Alabama, near Williams' hometown. Williams herself was absent during the culmination of the search efforts, having been hospitalized after attempting to take her own life upon learning of the discovery of her daughter's remains. Authorities reported that Williams had been absentee booked on that day. With Brianna incapacitated, police turned their attention again to her car's GPS data, revealing a series of trips to Alabama, corroborating Carissa's earlier claims. Suspicion grew as investigators pieced together Brianna's movements, resulting in a horrifying discovery: a shallow grave containing fragments of human remains suspected to be Taylor's. Did Taylor's father know anything about what had happened to her at this point? Tragically, the extent of decomposition of Taylor's body by animal activity made it impossible to determine a cause of death. However, analysis of Taylor's remains revealed signs of severe malnutrition, revealing more information as to what may have unfolded during the young girl's final days. Court records revealed chilling allegations against the mother of Taylor Williams, from neglect to second-degree murder charges. In a heartbreaking 3-day hearing, over 100 pieces of evidence were presented, including witness testimonies that painted a haunting picture. Neighbors provided testimonies of their unsettling observations, like foul odors and Taylor wandering alone, which added to the suspense. A psychologist delved into Williams's mental state, revealing a troubled mental history marked by anxiety, depression, and included signs of schizophrenia and mood disorders. Williams' own confession during court proceedings unveiled the harrowing truth of when she discovered Taylor lifeless in a closet, which, as we also learned, is where she was mostly kept. Williams' deception was laid bare, her silence upon finding Taylor's lifeless body, her calculated lies to mask her guilt. The judge saw through her actions, recognizing them as a conclusive confession. Even in death, the true extent of Taylor's suffering remained concealed, as her body was disposed of in a manner that prevented proper analysis. Amidst all of this darkness, justice came to light as the judge sentenced Williams to life in prison, determined to honor Taylor's memory and protect the community from further harm. With over 1,000 days behind bars already credited to her, Williams faced the consequences of her heinous crime. In the words of State Attorney Melissa Nelson, Williams' lies failed to hide the truth. But for Taylor, justice came too late. As we continue to unravel the mysteries of true crime, your support drives us forward. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay with us as we delve into the darkest corners of true crime. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay curious, and keep chasing cases.